Hello, Seekers of Jamaharon, Murray the Pieman here for some more Star Trek Online. Now, a bit of a bonus here, although I think it'll be going out in the slot of the normal episode. But we are... Now, I made mention I was on the Great Derelict a few weeks ago. The links will be in the show notes, but it's Great Derelict at libsyn.com if you're curious. Talking about space public transport. That has nothing to do with what's happening today, but I did mention in Star Trek Online I'd be trying to cover the summer event, which is here and it has arrived. Now, in the summer in Star Trek Online world, the good people of everyone's favourite sex planet Risa, they decide to throw the Lolnat Festival. And that's where everyone, be them Klingon, Romulan, Federation, Jem'Hadar, can all come to Risa to enjoy a family-friendly version of the planet. So no seeking Jamaharon, sadly, in this situation. Now I was going to do this with Bob the Hench Ferengi, but he's not sadly high level enough to do this, which is kind of a disappointment. So I am hoping that Duug has never been to Risa before. To check that, I am going to check to see his tailor. No, he has not. Because the first thing we should do, well, technically some people would argue the first thing you should do is start trying to get into the event, but I feel the first thing we should do is give him a summer look. And so to do that, I will create a new outfit for him. What is everyone's favourite hairy Tellarite wearing on the beach? Well, again, one of the things you can do, almost doing this as a tutorial, there are, like I say, some various things. There is actually an option for off-duty wear. Now, there are bare chest jackets and robes. Now I am going to... the bare chest's kind of horrifying really with his thing. We might have to go with a jacket. Yeah, I think he will be formally dressed. Now that isn't a freebie again. I do have a few bits of kit which come from other things. So yeah, we'll go with that. I think we'll... in fact, he's styling... So yeah, let's keep his undershirt blue. This is actually an outfit worn from a later mission, but yeah, why not? This will hopefully be changing later. And the chest gear, no, there's nothing I can actually give him in chest gear, but that should do. And what about the bottom half? Well, if we're giving him this, we should probably go for so we're looking for off-duty pants loose. Loose formal, yeah, I think that's what we're going for. As far as 23rd century Tellarite would be, I think, yeah, just go for the loose formal. And the soft boots. We'll keep this simple for the moment. So yeah, there he is, a bit overdressed for a holiday. Maybe not. Actually, let's... See, I'm tempted to go with the horrifying bare chest here, to be honest. So your basic bare chest, and this will come in a lot more of them. Your basic off-duty bare chest, it'll let me select it. Or is it saying that's too hard? Yeah, there you go. You have a basic grey tank top. And similarly, I might actually go with a robe, give something a wee bit of style there to him. That's the belt. I don't want to change the belt. Picking the wrong thing. Yeah, let's go for a vertical pane. Let's give him a wee bit of style, despite his horrifyingly damaged vest. I think we will try for that and match the vest. Why not? Not quite matching it. Yeah, his figure is not suiting this outfit at all. To be honest, he looks vaguely Glaswegian here. And we will go for bare feet because we're at a beach. I want to be having fun. So I will make that his off-duty outfit, and we will wear this horror. There we go. So if I exit here, you will now see he is wearing this rather horrific suit. I'm actually also, I do always feel, hide the weapon. Now, because he has not been here before by my accounts, this is actually quite a handy opportunity to see. Now, there's two things you will need at the Lolnat Festival. Now, when you start, there's a quick welcome to Risa thing, and that will earn you your first Lolnat favour. That's our new rubbish currency for this. You can buy all sorts of things with it. 5 minutes for the first event. You can see as it is we can't afford any. There are tribbles you can buy. This is one of the main things you will need: a floater, and you will also need a powerboard. Now at the start you will have to rent these. I'd then go and buy a basic one, in my view, get 50 favours. I would miss the intermediate ones. They don't give you much, you're better. In fact, it looks... Actually, yeah, so I'd miss the 500 ones and just go straight for the ones that cost 1,000. And same with the power boards, go for the 1,500 ones rather than the... rather than toying about with those £1,000. Now there is also much swimwear. Yes, you can get many bikinis and weird various versions of or variants on the bikini for your female character. Of course, I've done it. You can also get shorts, rash guards, and there is the outfit from Gamester of Triskelion, wetsuits, and I should see them somewhere. Board shorts, rash guards. Maybe in the other, oh, because it's not swimwear, so it would actually come under summer event. There are also, there's a Choo Choo Dance shirt. There are lots of baseball uniforms. That's something they really got into recently. There are 2 t-shirts from of Klingon bands, which from there are, these are the originals, your Explorer and your Beachcomber outfits, and there are also Hawaiian shirts, so quite a lot of things to be buying. But for the start, we've got the Horgon hunt starting, and that is going to require a floater. So I'm going to spend 1,000 of my hard-earned EC to get a floater. Now, what is a floater? Floater is basically a jetpack. So I will actually equip it. Doesn't always need you to, but in this case it is worth popping it in there. And oh, that's still equipping. I will show you around the resort while we're waiting. There you go. Now these early ones are slower than the grave, but it's a good start. So when you start doing the races, there's 2 races. There's the Powerboard Race and the Biathlon. Biathlon needs a powerboard and a floater. You can play dabble in here. Both of them, you will not win them on the basic stuff. I'll tell you that now. Just double checking. I won't on the Christmas event, Duug. So yeah, you will not win anything. You can be the most skilled floater person in the world, but you will not succeed in the floater race, in the biathlon or the powerboard race with the basic ones. You do need, that's why you need the kind of 1,000 to 1,500 Lolnat ones. Is it pay to win? Yeah, a bit. It's kind of a grind to get there. You will always get something for finishing a race though. The only problem is on the biathlon, and it's why I may also record some of this with another alt. As you can see, we've got a biathlon coming up But there are your events: Horgon Hunt, Biathlon, Artifact Scavenger Hunt, Powerboard Race, Biathlon, and the only thing you can't see there is the dance party. So what I might do is run... I'm going to run Duug. We'll go through the Horgon Hunt. I will show you some of the other activities during the Biathlon and the Artifact Scavenger Hunt, and we'll have a go at the Powerboard Race, and then I will swap in one of my alts who's further on to do the to show you some of these other ones. So this will require some editing on my part, I think. But yeah, the summer event itself I quite enjoy. It's a good way to get a tier 6 ship if you're new to the game, and I just find it a bit of fun. The events, like the winter event, the downside is we haven't had new events for a while. They've really just been giving us, you know, oh, you can now buy one of those. The lady there who's hovering has one of the fancier floaters. You can buy one of these, but it's purple now or blue. This one we only really got a new power board, a new baseball uniform, all based in Andorian blue, and there's some powers and things that you can get, some powers and abilities which are quite cool, but I tend not to use. So yeah, it is one of the downsides. Is really your only thing there is for the ship. The ship, incidentally, and we can't see it from here, but we all see it when we fly over. It's based on the aliens from Encounter at Farpoint. Now, why are we all gathering here? You might ask, why are all these people standing here? Well, people who've played the game for a bit start to know where the Horgons appear.
The Horgon Hunt has started. Talk to the Horgon Collector to participate.
So, the Horgon Hunt.
Welcome to Risa. Have you picked up a souvenir Horgon yet? A Horgon is a special statuette made here on Risa. It's part of our cultural tradition. The Horgon signals that you're looking for a partner for some relaxation and enjoyment. Most visitors to Risa make sure to pick one up as a souvenir. I'm a collector and sculptor of Horgons, and I've set up a scavenger hunt in which you can search the island for hidden Horgons. Participate and you can win favors. Welcome to Risa.
There you go. So I'm going to just do this.
Are you familiar with the Horgon? This statue is part of an ancient Rysian custom.
Welcome to Risa.
So we are now have the Horgon Hunt as a mission, and you can see on our map we have a whole lot of things marked. So just have to actually make sure I'm facing the right direction, and there you go. Suddenly a whole lot of Horgons have appeared. This is what everyone's flying around for. You pick up a Horgon, you get some Lolnat. Now I've got 10 of them. You will get anything from between about 2 to, I think it's usually about 5. The other thing that you might pick up, and again it's a purely random drop, it's actually quite rare, is a Risan bird egg, which you can then raise through, again hopefully I will be able to show you this in one of my alts, you can then raise to get a bird pet, or the other thing is you can actually then, there you go, 5. You can use it to create a bird, to get yourself a bird pet, or you can use it to swap them from marks for things like fleet marks. Now I'm flying, I've got a fairly standard route now that I go for these days. It's not a particularly exciting one, but this one, the Horgon Hunt, when you've got one of the faster packs, again with these slower packs, it does get a bit tedious. But when you have one of the faster packs, it's one of the better ways. Now I will show you again. One of the things is each time you do these, it will earn you marks towards the event ship. In fact, while I'm flying here, there's the summer event. I've already earned my mark for today. That's what the ship will apparently look like. Not like that. Kind of looks like an eldritch horror is hovering over the summer resort and no one's noticing. But yeah, like I say, this is kind of a bit of relaxing fun, I find anyway. And the ship is a good tier 6 ship. The actual map as well, I do like the Risan map. They have kind of made it this tropical paradise. The only thing I miss, old days on the old lighting engine, which they sadly, not sadly, it did make improvements to the game, but it initially changed. It changed it a while ago. Changed the lighting engine to, and one of the things it took out of the game sadly was a a day and night cycle. So what used to happen was you actually had the island would cycle between day and night, and that was just, it kind of gave you, there are still things you will still see occasionally, and again there are little accolades and things for finding stuff on the island, some of which happens randomly, but one of them used to be a late night beach party, and it was just a fire that you could see, which is a whole lot of people dancing around it. It's kind of a shame that some of that stuff's gone. So we're at 6 again. 15 minutes you've got to complete this. We're at 6 Horgons, and we will have a look at how many Lolnat that has earned us. I will also rent a powerboard, although I might not rent a powerboard, and I'll show you for why. Once I've finished. Oh, I got a bird egg. Excellent. They must know I am trying to sort of show people what I'm doing in the thing, or I got lucky. But this is maybe how they get you, random drops. That's how I will spend. I joked on the derelict that yes, I will spend the next 4 weeks in orbit of Risa doing nothing. So yeah, and basically every captain in Starfleet appears to be doing this as well, so hopefully nothing bad happens to the galaxy, because we're all on one planet, and all just chilling out. One more to go. So you can see they're all there on my mini-map. It's a fairly easy activity. You just need one of these. So again, these will cost you 1,000. I think it's a day. I can't remember how long they actually last. I should say, yeah, it doesn't actually tell you, but you tended to, I seem to remember you had to basically get another one afterwards.
You found 10 Horgons. It looks like you found quite a few Horgons.
So you actually get 75 reward. So double shot is for that 5 minutes effort, which I'll switch off my pack. I now have 105 Lolnat. So I can actually site to site back to the resort. Now if you're curious about my priorities in this, first and foremost are to get a basic powerboard and floater, and then it's to get an outfit. Some might say I should be going for the advanced ones, but I don't go with that. So you can see we can now buy a floater, and you know what? He is going to go for a nice red. Right, let's go blue. He's science. Let's go a nice science blue floater. So you can see we have that. So I can open up my inventory, and I don't know if it does give you. Yeah, nope, doesn't tell you. So I will swap that over. Now I did mention I could rent a powerboard, but you see I have another thing. If I go into the store and it's promotions, they gave away a few years ago this thing based on the hoverboard from Back to the Future 2. And so now it's not a bad powerboard by any stretch of the imagination. It's decent enough. I still usually prefer a bought one. What this one has is it's got a couple of issues being controlled. Now powerboards, unlike the ones in Back to the Future, only work over the water. But you can see there he's on his little hoverboard, and it is better than the basic. So this will allow me to at least be vaguely competitive in the biathlon. But first I'll show you. You saw we got a bird egg, so let's fly over here and see what you do when you get a bird egg. Now how am I going to get up here? I could use the stairs, but I've got a jetpack. So there's my new one. So I will go over to this lady here, the ornithologist. And what she will do is bring up a mission to hatch an egg. It takes 2 doffs. And I will then raise that bird. I think it's about 3 stages of raising. There's another thing we will see me get, hopefully, called monkey tags, although probably not many, which again I can do a similar thing. Now, while I'm waiting, I've got 7 minutes. For those 7 minutes until the biathlon starts. And again, we may not do the biathlon. Oh, I might. Because biathlon. Oh god, then the artifact scavenger hunt. We will see. I think I might give both a go. So, one of the other things you do, you can talk to this lad here, right? An Arianologist. Now this used to be one that actually happened on the timetable of events, but they took it out because it was getting difficult. So there are a number of sandcastles you can build. Now he will only actually be able to build a basic one. You can see there's one someone's built already. What you then do, you run along the beach, and we are looking for a bucket. So I will say I'm building a sandcastle. Quite simple. I go and collect damp sand. Until I've got 100%. This can fail. It's not the easiest of things to do, but again, building a flat keep here. And then that's me done. Now, that's got me 20 Lolnat, and there's a 15-minute cooldown. As you build it, you will then get other things you can add, and eventually you'll be able to build a sand monument. But again, easy way, 20 Lolnat. So, what other things are there to do? Well, aside from all the various achievements you can get for doing random things, I think I worked out how I'm going to sequence this bit. So, for example, let's fly over the top of the hotel, and you'll see I get a little achievement. So you can do all these things. There are quite a few other little challenges. Now, there's one I'm wanting to see is still here. So, for example, if you go over to this big bridge, a bridge which instantly would be a whole lot of nope for me. Do not like heights. You see, there is this bridge going into a cave. You can talk to this guy, and that's all he says. Yeah. There's also this cave, which again I can fly through in a jetpack in a cave. Well, that's a dead end. Maybe I shouldn't be jetpacking in a cave, but it beats walking. This takes you out in a little glade here. Isn't that lovely? This is a different part of the map, so there are ways you can fly around. And again, I will quickly fly up because I think it's up. Is it up here? I can't remember where the top of the caldera is. No, not here. Oh, well, let's get packed. I'm quite wanting to go to the hotel just yet, but please ignore the chat. In fact, let's minimize the chat there. Downside of it being a public area is there are people here, and as we know, oh, there's my rental floater gone, so it wasn't even that, it's a few minutes. So it is the frustration, but why I would say do something like the Horgon hunt to begin with. Yes, this lad. So who is this mad lad? Pavel! Hello friend, we're all friends here in Risa. What's ours is yours. I've been thinking of places you might like to explore. I know every inch of the town. Care to play a little game? What kind of game? I'm going to a special place in the island, see if you can find me there. Here's the hint. You'll find me past that which sways in the den of that which once lived. So I think past the path that sways, that sounds like our wonky bridge. In the den of that which lived, which could be this volcano. So let's just try to find them. And again, this was just a lot of little activities that they put in which you can do at any time. We will do the biathlon, and then I actually think I will show you a couple of others. Oh, yeah, again, another accolade. Different nervous vacationer. People keep coming across here, don't know why. But I think, and I know I flew through here earlier. Aha! There he is. in the caves. You found me. Next time I'll have to make the hunt difficult. Returning to the beach. So, literally, you get nothing for this except for a little accolade. But a nice wee thing to do. And there's lots of little things that you can do if you're a completionist like I'm not. There are things like you will see Risan birds around the place, which are little beauty spots. Can't find any at this moment. What I am going to do is I'm actually going to go to another part. So, Sovak's camp. Sobak does the artifact scavenger hunt. I will do that in a different character because I don't want to do that on a slow. To be honest, I don't like doing it at the best times. But Sobak is this Ferengi here, voiced by
Say, friend, can I get you a help with something? The name's Sovak. That's Ferengi for trusted confidant. I'm the CEO of Sovak Enterprises. Unlike some Ferengi, I'm a fair dealer. I won't double-cross you at the first sign of latinum. Sovak Enterprises,
playing
where
a character
trust is in the name.
He was in another episode.
Friend? I'm in the artifact business, a finder of lost and valuable things. Turns out Risa has a fair
Again, a reference to Captain's Holiday here, where we first saw Risa.
Now, I have tech that can track down such things, and sometimes those things... Let's just say the wind is blowing. Take a big sniff. Smell that? That, my friend, is the smell of profit. How can I help you today, friend? I'm an independent operator. The Risians and I don't agree on things like salvage rights and the like. But don't let that worry you. I have it on good authority that the recovery of these items is completely legal in the Federation. For now. How can I help you today, friend?
So we're not going to do that mission yet because it's frankly one that I dislike. What I do find, and I will keep an eye out for this, these are lit, and I think that is still when these fire pits are lit, that's actually a throwback to when the game had its day-night cycle. Now what's coming in here, and you will see me maybe finish it, maybe not. This is one of the events which you may not be able to finish with well, if you had a basic power board, I'd almost guarantee you can't finish. The reason being, this is a race which involves you both using a power board and the floater jetpack. Now, why this is an issue, don't ask what that guy's doing, it's just best to ignore it, is if the race that this is, once the first 3 positions are taken, it then has a countdown to being able to complete the race at all. So I will join the biathlon, get onto my power board. You can see people with the fancier ones there. And again, and that looks like, that woman there, that's what your basic power board looks like. It's sort of wooden. You can see a few people with a similar one to mine. Those ones in the front are all more advanced. I would expect to see them get fairly far into the distance once this really kicks off. And you'll see people setting off these party flyers. Some people bring in the wee disco ball thing. It's a fun thing, you know. People are having fun and having a bit of a laugh, so I won't begrudge them too much.
Competitive racers, on your mark!
I'm rusty at this. This is the first biathlon I've actually done. Second one I've done from this year's event, so if I do screw it up anyway, I'm blaming that as well as my lack of it. You can see we've got these. Sometimes these boosts, I swear they're arbitrary. But the downside of this power board is it's fast enough, but it doesn't turn particularly well. You might notice when I hit this ramp, you're going to spend a lot of time going sideways. And if you leave the track, disqualified. Indeed, probably the toughest bit of this. Got quite a boost of speed there. But I'm almost careful in this corner. But you've also got to make sure you pass that flag. There you go, because if you equip your floater too early, disqualified. You can see everyone with the better jetpacks sailing away. That's it. The second one is a simple hoop course. Strangely enough, at this speed, the hoop course is remarkably easy. In fact, your biggest problem is usually once you've got a fast powerboard on the powerboard race bit, potentially missing a gate. It's happened to me a few times, and you've not realised you've missed a gate, particularly if I'm listening to podcasts or something, or instead of listening to the game sound. I tend to find that all of a sudden I thought I'd caught something and I haven't. It does get quite frustrating. Look, the sharp turn here. You might notice the race ends, so you see once, I'm sure it's the first 3 positions have been claimed, the race has then got a minute to end. Now, I made good time in the powerboard bit, so I'm not too bad, but it can get tight, and again, if you're on a basic powerboard, you might not get here. I'm getting here with about 30 seconds to spare. Like the race in the winter one, you've got to actually strike the flag. Now, you might notice I've got these 2 monkey tags. I get 6 of them. I can trade them in for a baby feather monkey. So that's this. So I am actually going to leave Duug here, and because it's the scavenger hunt, we've got the powerboard race, and the dance off still to go. So quite a bit still to go. I'll hopefully show you everything, but I'm actually going to change to a different alt. So we'll say bye for now for Duug, and say hello to someone else. And we are back, and the person we are saying hello to is Rhogar Du'ug, my Gorn. Yep, here he is in all his Hawaiian shirted glory. A Gorn Magnum PI, if you will. In fact, weirdly, his Hawaiian shirt has... oh no, it's got pretty Hawaiian Gorn on it as well. Look at that, Hawaiian hula dancing Gorn. And her Gorns. Now he is based more on the Enterprise Gorn. That was originally all the game had. They now actually do have a skin for the more TOS styled Gorn. But he is a bit further on. He's got a fancier board. He's got the fancier jetpack, and so we will see a bit more. With Klingon characters, I have a habit of not hiding their weapon as well. Just a weird thing that I do. Your shirt, you do actually have the option of open or closed. That's one of the quite fun things. With the women, before you get excited, there is a swimsuit, so don't think you're getting any naughtiness there. Although I'm sure at some point, well, I don't know, people have given up on it a little. You used to get people who would get the swimsuit and do it flesh coloured, so someone looked a bit naked. Yeah, that's the excitement. One of the things he's got, and you'll hopefully see later the sequence of events, he has a special tribble, because this one does, well, actually not on a Klingon, but they don't like a Klingon character, so that doesn't actually do the thing that it does on the others, so you will hopefully see that on maybe Bob actually. It is linked with a temporal mission, so it may well be when Bob returns. But we are now going to do the mission I really don't like. We talked to Sovak earlier, and we are now going to do the artifact scavenger hunt. Yay.
For a limited time only, I will be awarding bonus favors to anyone who comes help me locate temporal artifacts.
You can do the artifact scavenger hunt anytime, but if you do it at this time...
friend, can I get you a help? There's a bunch of temporally displaced artifacts here on Risa, and I mean to collect them all.
Like Pokemon.
Your help, of course. Partner? Oh, sure, some of these relics are useless junk, but some of them are worth their weight in sweet gold-pressed latinum. How can I help you today?
So what we've got to do here is initialize the artifact scanner.
Try moving to a different location and scanning again. Your scanner will do a comparison.
And that's the idea. You go here again and you get this. And that's telling me it's in this direction or I've moved further. So I'm going to initially start with big moves and then try to narrow them down. It's narrowing them down that works. It's also, the way the system works isn't great. But hopefully you might see some of the other sites of Risa while we're here. So I'm going... Some people actually do recommend starting right at the top of this volcano. Right up here, this old caldera. So we're closer, but it's off in this direction. I'm afraid there will be... Now, one of the things that you will find me doing is occasionally looking for specific spots. The reason is that the artifacts do inevitably only turn up in a couple of places, and you remember a few of them. No, it's not this one. Damn. Try not to fly him into a tree. Let's fly him out to the end of this rocky outcropping. Oh, we got further away. That's not disheartening because it should hopefully mean... Oh, I mentioned with Bob there is a beach party. Now there's their fire. So yes, I'm almost sure I'd be in what the game would originally call its night cycle. And this is where it gets frustrating.
You found it!
Aha.
Quickly, dig it up and bring it
So
back
there
to
you
me
go.
at my camp.
That's us. So I will run over here. Fortunately, you don't have to literally bring it back to him. So it contains extensive details on the systems utilised for the Vorgon Zythos class vessel, everything from the batteries to the primary warp drive. It's a shame, you do get some fun ones in there.
Well done indeed. I admit I had some doubts at first, friend. But you came through in the end. I might make enough latinum to buy my own island here on Risa. Be honest, the island of Sovak has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? How can I help you today?
Again, 15-minute cooldown on that. Quite common on a lot of these things. So, what I will do while we are waiting for the Powerboard Race to come up, indeed we might have to wait a little for the dance off, whether we do that actually at all, I would prefer to. I'll show you his fancier board. This one actually is based on one of the teams. I think it's Jupiter Station Work Bees or something. But so I will powerboard my way over to. You know, I could have beamed there side to side, but I'd like you to see a bit more of the island. So some of the artifact scavenger hunt. And to be honest, you mainly stay in this front bit. Sovak's camp with this as well. So the reason is I'm actually going to this part here. This is your. She used to be a much more. The event coordinator used to be much more important because initially, this was the only event that allowed you to win the things that earned you the ship. But now you can do lots of things. So again, I can ask her to do what to do. She'll give you a big list. What else is there to do? Yeah, so talking about stuff like that. But I go flying high.
You've seen the floaters in the sky? We've set up some holographic challenges to test your agility. Once you're strapped in, take off and keep an eye out for our holographic rings. Fly through the various ring courses and you'll earn the approval of onlookers and hopefully impress the judges. You'll earn a higher score by completing various sets of rings. So if you see a group of rings around a landmark or over a building, try to get through all of them.
There you go, so I'll accept this. So yeah, this was your only way to do it, but again, this is actually, it's handy that they've left it in as a way to both earn the marks and you earn both Lolnat favours. You never used to get favours for it, but also to earn your marks, because if you're dropping in, because it's usually something you have to do once a day, if you just want to drop in, do your challenge and get out, this is actually quite a good way. So it's quite simple. You've got these courses and you've got to stay vaguely on course, and I do say vaguely. You can see this does allow us, and you get a random selection of them put up. It's not always the same ones lit.
You've circled the peak. That should give you a great view of most of this island.
And let's to give you a bit more of a view of the island, because like I say, they have got a lot of work into this Rather pretty island. I just wish we'd still got the night cycle. But I've been warning about that for quite a bit in this video. Nope, I missed a gate, I think. Possibly the start gate. Oh no, that one there. Being yellow, I'm sure, I don't know if it's just a colour thing or if it is actually a indication that this is meant to be a harder course. Now you might notice we are against the clock here. But I don't know where my gates have gone actually. If I'm trying to show you to do something and I'm making an absolute mess of it. In my defence, this is late. There we go. Yeah, we've got the gate there.
Don't scare the birds in the Great Tower too much.
And then, where's our next one? Again, I'm following hours on the map trying to find the closest one. You know, when I say there's time, I've got like 7.5 minutes, so it's not exactly up against it. I quite often use the strafe keys. They're quite good for course correcting on these.
The land bridges are actually a natural feature. No geoengineering involved.
I usually do go with the hot power board, forgetting about it is faster. And hurl them back. The only downside is you do actually have to report back to
I hope you had a fun flight.
There you go. And what I'm hoping is you can see for an hour's work I've earned something in the region of, if you count Bob's ones, I've earned over 100 for him. I've earned maybe another 50 to 100. So you can see it is actually quite easy to, you know, it's not, it seems like a grind, but it's not. It is actually quite easy to earn marks. Now I'm going to fly to the start of the Powerboard Race, because that's the next thing we're going to see. Yeah, next thing we're going to see. However, that will take 4 minutes, so you will find a cut here, because I'm not going to make you sit for 4 minutes and watch him stand. So, 4 minutes time, he will be back. So, you might have noticed there I was fiddling about with my duty officers. It's something with the waiting you end up doing. You find you have plenty of time to do. And it's one of my gripes in the summer event compared to the winter event. That the winter event, you tend to find the different activities clock one after the other, and they're roughly running a sequence. I think the only one that was really doubled up might have been the downhill race, which gets run twice as well, which is quite handy. Whereas in this, what you can see is there's a bit less rhyme or reason. They do like the artifact scavenger hunt, which is a damn shame because I don't. You know, that's one of the things. It's just I don't yuck other people's yums. If you like the artifact scavenger hunt, that's really, I find it a tedious activity, and leave it in for once. It's something to do, but don't put 2 of them in the hour. It also means that, particularly because the way they kind of set this up, so for example the Bathlon, you know, that fair enough. the scavenger hunt at its time, but it means that if you finish your scavenger hunt, you're kind of left milling about. Again, fine for people who drop in to do one thing daily, but if I was going to drop in and do one thing daily, I'd most likely just do the flying high activity rather than the artifact scavenger hunt, but that's maybe me just thinking a bit too much sense. I think, to be honest, it is put in because it chews up time. That and
Competitive racers, on your mark.
I should stop talking at the moment, because if I talk through this race, which I might
Go!
still do, I am liable to leave the track. As I say, I will not guarantee I will finish the race, or indeed win it, let alone win it. But you can see very similar to Battle so far. The difference is you don't change to your floater at any point. This is strictly powerboard. Whether you get the speed boost is still largely arbitrary though. Oh, that happens quite a lot in this one. That's why some of the other boards, there's boards, my main alt has a different board, which isn't as fast as this one, but steers a bit better. It does sometimes show you that speed isn't everything if you don't have control of it. And there's also these hard landings, again, so that's why I quite often have to brake in these curves, whereas... Oh, just made it. Yeah, I was actually... You can't see because I refused to be on camera, but I was angling my body there. Ah! See, landed too hard, came off my board.
At the end of the race.
I reckon this lad's going to get first. Oh, someone else will go first. But I could... Oh, I got third. Again, I'll usually dismount. So I got some monkey tags and some Lolnat. Again, we are back to hurry up and wait. And so yes, we are seeing the biathlon again. I thought I would show you it with the better kit. Maybe I might just leave all this stuff out. Who knows? You'll know if it's here. So again, you can see one of the fancier Euroboards. That was actually a different design. Most of the baseball team ones was kind of wide one, but that was a narrow one. They started mucking about with it, but it is still, like I say, the we are just getting more of the same since they introduced Powerboards. And I remember when they did, we haven't really done anything new as equipment since then. The biathlon really was the last new thing to do added. Maybe the artifact scavenger hunt, I can't remember which sequence they actually came in, but either way, you know, it's one of the downsides is that I would say with both these events we could use something new, something just to give us a bit of change, and with the summer event in particular, some sort of
racers, on your mark.
have the events come out more like they do in the winter event. You know, again, not these, oh yeah, you've got the battle and then this. Just bundle them together, do 2 battles one after the other. Or do them at these intervals, you know, do them at that, but don't have 2 artifact scavenger hunts. I don't know if no one likes it, like I say, I don't follow the community enough to find out if it's a monstrously unpopular thing, but it's definitely the one that I find the most tedious. Let's see if I can make a mess of this. So again, don't know if you're seeing that much of a difference with the, you know, what was it, 1,500 Lolnat board.
Check in at the flag before equipping your floater.
But this should look quite a bit different. Now again, the downside is that I think it is based a bit on your character speed as well, so I'm afraid a big Gorn probably isn't going to be winning any races, but I do try to get a good path can win you a lot, and again just missed out on third there. Now, I am going to show you again, I've shown you one thing we've done already, I'm going to show you another thing that we've done already. Why not? Again, take a nice look over the island because I'm wanting to go back to our sandcastle man. Why am I going back to the sandcastle man? Aside from there's 20 minutes until something else more interesting happens. Well. Part of it, if you remember, the sandcastle was over quite quickly with old Duug. But different talents, different timings. I can talk to this person, pick that, and in the same spot as Duug as well. Let's go for the castle again. So, I'll show you. The monuments are a bit of a different thing, but we'll fetch some sand under our Eldritch Horror. Now he has done most of them, so I will build a peaked keep. Make some pointy. We will need some dry sand. You can see there's already a different stage to this, because this is actually a 3-phase thing. Oh no! There's a monkey coming in to try and knock over. I think I've got to scare this monkey away. Go away, monkey. I'm a giant lizard. There you go. But all this is to the clock, so you've only got about 2 minutes to finish each, to finish the model. So it is where this when these sort of events happen, it can become a bit of a race against time. And the worst thing is when they ask you to find rocks. Let's build a peaked wall as well. We'll go for the peaked one just to show. I'm not going to show you every castle design. Don't worry. This isn't going to be all sand castles all the time. Some dry sand. Oh, good. Except the dry sand has not respawned. Some of it has. Sometimes what you're waiting for is this stuff to reappear. And technically I could drop back here with a whole develops. I'll show you different sand castles until the dance off begins, but I don't think so. Oh, I still need one more. I do always, when I see dry sand, I do start thinking of the film Waterworld. Dry land is not our destination, it is our destiny. So dry sand is not our destination, it is our destiny. Yes, that's how my humour works. Now let's build some peaked towers. I'll go for the full spiky Klingon look. And there you go. Now, that guy might talk to me. I'm going to actually close him down because we can also, if I can find some sticks in the undergrowth. My big Gorn is going to embellish this with a flag. And why not? There you go. What a pretty sandcastle. And again, what I'm hoping to show you in at least these things is how easy it can be to pick up. It seems, I know, annoying that, oh, good grief, if I want to get a dashing outfit like my Gorn here is currently wearing, I have to do all these daft events, I have to fly around looking for artifacts.
For a limited time only, I will be awarding bonus favors to anyone who comes help me locate temporal artifacts.
I'm looking for artifacts, or I'm
Say, friend, there's a bunch of how can I help you today?
Yeah, so you're looking for artifacts, or
try moving to a different location.
Building sandcastles, hunting for Hurgons, that sort of thing. And you might say, good grief, all that stuff to do just to, earn these things. But there is a variety, and the fact that they've kept things like the sandcastles in there means that you can, to an extent, pick and choose what events that you do. What? what parts of it you do. Again, I will actually do the scavenger hunt more times than I'd like to care, but in theory, if I log in for, like say, log in just to do my daily, to do one mission, I can log in, do that mission, and just do flying high. If I see it's on something I like, it's on the Rhogar hunt, I think, ooh, that could get me a bird egg. Or the Powerboard Race, I'll go, yeah, brilliant, do that. But if it's this, I can go off and go, you know what, I'm just going to do flying high. Because, frankly, the downside is this one pops up the most, so... But one of the things I would say about this one, and why it doesn't work for me as a daily, aside from it, I just find it horribly frustrating and fiddly. One of the reasons why I don't think it works as a daily is the timing of it's unpredictable. So flying high, you can usually work out that you can get that done.
You found it!
In
Quickly,
a few minutes.
Dig it up and bring it back to me at my
I know
camp.
quite typically both times I've found the thing quite easily, but sometimes you are absolutely fapping on this one. Issued by the Cetacean Institute in 1986, it commemorates their star attraction as a pair of humpback whales. Said creatures disappeared from that year from the Bering Sea under mysterious circumstances. And if you want to see those mysterious circumstances, watch Star Trek 4, the one with the whales.
Well done. Well, how can I help you today?
So yes, the last thing. So the last thing I've really to show in this is the dance off. And that's 13 minutes away. Now again, there will be a cut. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me flying around the island for 13 minutes. And in fact, I think because it's one of the things that is easier for your more basic characters to do, I'm going to come back with Duug, so we'll see that. But in the meantime, as you can see, some people are already getting ready, and sadly I will need this open, but if we were doing the dance off, I'll be doing the dance now. In the meantime, I think I will just try to distract people. So there is our Gorn doing a sexy fan dance. Yeah, you've seen that, you now have to deal with this. But that's hopefully distracting someone so someone else can get something done. But yes, the fan dance from Star Trek V, done by the giant Gorn. Actually, I've got bored of waiting for the dance party to start, so I will show you Dabble. It crops up in another mission, but why not? Quick go at Dabble. So,
spin the wheel and win.
Chase mattress in there, so quite simply, you set an amount you want to bet, you set some slots. I'll usually set up 3 bets because there is a mission later where you do actually have to play Dabble for the mission. I think now you've seen it.
Oh, what's the harm in a little friendly wager?
You can actually see the yellow tabs for other people betting. So we'll play some Dabble. I still don't understand how Dabble works. I think we are looking for these symbols to align, but surely if they align for me, they align for everyone. But yes, combinations of symbols mean what you win in Latinum. It's the most useless currency in the game. I'm just going to show you in my assets. I do have some Latinum now. But there is a GPL store you will see, but there's not much that you can actually buy with it. It's kind of a daft non-currency. The devs are constantly looking for something to do with gold press Latinum, but to no avail. What I'm hoping is this means that when I get to the mission where I have to play Dabble, I actually don't, because I will already have some Latinum. But and obviously again the rewards I would get would be higher if I bet more EC on each, so at the moment I'm just going through 300.
Ooh, those ship holo emitters are pretty snazzy.
Thank you. Let's see if we got a Dabble. I did get an accolade for playing a lot of
This
dabble.
could be your day.
I doubt it. You can see quite a few people are coming in here getting ready for the dance party. Quite a popular event. It is useful if you're wanting to earn favours. Again, it's quite a good one for building up. The downside is, you might notice on the timetable, the dance party takes 15 minutes. You will need at least 10 of them to complete it. I will not be showing you the full dance party. Because no one wants to see that. That's why I'm kind of using this one to close out the video. But you can see some of the different dances. There's the awesome dance. And kind of some which I don't have because they're unlocked. You saw the balance. There's your basic dance. That's your club style you will see later on. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I will be stuffed from the dance off because of server issues. Yes, after all that, I nearly missed the start of the dance party because I got booted from the server. I was actually not getting a server link from when I came back, so that does happen. Whether I'll leave that in or not, I don't know. But we are back, getting ready for the dance party. We've got a Saturday Night Fever. I've got to give Duug some things for a big guy who's got some moves. You will hopefully see other dance moves. There you go, that's the balloon thing. There's a thing that produces balloons. In this case we've got little starships. Of course you've possibly seen already, unusual. Based on the Carlton dance from the Fresh Prince of earlier.
Dance party starts in half a minute. Get out on the dance floor.
Here's the dance instructor coming in. You've got dancers on the podiums all the way around. She's going to say dances and you're going to see why it's good to pin this for the duration of the dance party. I'm told by my friend Alan also why it's really hard to do on console. You can see there are NPCs running in here. There's an NPC. But we also have quite a lot.
Do the sidestep.
So find sidestep here. And all of a sudden, we're all doing the sidestep slightly out of time, so it's annoying.
Wave your hands.
I think it's more fun to look at it from this side, where he actually looks like he's maybe getting on with the Klingon. Maybe.
Do the running man.
So, and you can see that's the first 10, and those amounts go up because the next one is 5 moves. Then it's 10, I think it's 25 and 50. That's hence why this takes time, because you are waiting
Do
for
the snake.
all these things to come in. So I am going to leave our sunny vacation on Risa here. Probably the sunniest vacation I will get vacation to get the British Isles, but there you are.
Do the running man.
I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope some of you found it informative, and I hope you will give, if I can get this thing edited and released in time, you should get it in plenty of time to actually go and to try to win your own Eldritch Horror hovering above a sunny island. We can't see
Do
it
the
from
running
here.
man.
Oh, got lucky there. That's the same move twice. I do click the button regardless. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and like I say, I'd really hope that if you wanted to come in and have a go at this event, that you might use this video as a guide, or use a better video as a guide, I don't know. If you want to tell me about what you think of the video, by all means do. You can do that in the comments.
Wave your hands!
You can do that by contacting me on Twitter at Pyman70, capital P, capital M, and the number 70. You can also, again, please do like and subscribe to the videos. I think that's something we've got to tell you to do all the time.
Robot!
And also, again, I did mention that I did references in the Great Derelict. Please check the show notes for the link. It's greatderelict.libsyn.com. I'm occasionally on it, but you can also hear much more entertaining people than me.
Just dance!
On the Great Derelict, and I would thoroughly recommend you. But until then, it's getting late, so Duug is going to continue dancing long into the night. But for the rest of us, it's bedtime.
Just dance!
So I will say thanks for watching again, and bye for now. Oh dear. Clegon Girl's not keen on him. Duug is very much me in a dance floor.